Home sales in our state are down right now. So what does that mean if you're looking to buy or sell?
Well, we're going to check the market with our monthly market update. Our good friend Kevin Rockoff, he is the broker and co-owner of Rockoff Realty. Hi, Kev.
Good morning. Good morning.
So we've got spring, which is usually the time where you think of like, this is the time to buy or sell. Is it still feeling that way right now?
It was going into about five weeks ago. It was feeling like things, rates were lower and things were going to really kind of rebound a bit from 2025 was very, very slow for real estate. But, things have happened. Obviously, the interest rates have jumped from like the high fives
to the 6.25 I saw?
6.67.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so on a $500,000 loan, you're adding $240 every month.
Mm-hmm.
So
6.67.
Yes, sir.
I did not see that.
I doing my that's what they've jumped up.
Gosh.
So that obviously stifles things.
And plus lack of inventory, does that also stifle things?
There's just, and Connecticut is really particularly stands out in terms of lack of inventory, in terms of demand exceeding buyers. There's not enough homes for people.
Are still people like going way over asking because of that, or is it just stalling?
It depends how, when you say asking, that's where the seller puts it. Doesn't mean that's where people are going to pay. Sometimes sellers' expectations are, so no, things are still sitting if they're overpriced. But if you still put a house on the market, well photographed, well priced, it's going to sell quickly.
Okay.
Because there still is that demand. It's just transactions have slowed down because of that.
You as a real estate, like, somebody comes to you and they say, well, my house is worth this much. And you say, well, I think your house is worth this much. Do you listen to that? And they say, you want to put it on the market. This is the price that you think you're going to get. We'll put it on there. Or do you try to coax them?
You advise.
I run data. I look at past sales. So on one hand,
do they listen?
What's that? I won't work with them. We have to be on the same team, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I explain to people how this works, or how I see that it works, meaning there's 3 Ps. There's the photography, and in our case, we use professional photography. There's the paragraph that you write to describe the home that you can't infer from the pictures.
Yeah.
And then there's the price. Those are the 3 variables at the end of the day: paragraph, price, and photography. So I explain that. And then, I say I can put a house on the market and I can get 10 feedbacks that they didn't like it. But then that one buyer comes along and says, this is what I've been looking for. That's the interesting thing.
Well,
one of the
here's an
interesting
example.
things.
You've got one, you just sold 104 Driftwood Road in Bristol. And the unique thing about your business model, very charming. I love the Cape style. Is that, everyone's worried about affordability and cost. You take a lesser percentage on commission, only 1%. So that's more money in the seller's pockets.
At the end of the day, that's really what, we pride ourselves on quality service. But what really does, I'm showing you these photos now. So that's a digitally restaged photo.
Yeah, so I see that more and more. So you don't necessarily have to go out and get a bunch of furniture staged anymore.
No, look at that. Corrado's been on my show a couple times. We can do wonderful digital photography. We do the drone shots. I think there's a floor plan that I showed.
Yeah, floor plans are important, right?
Huge, because people have their king furniture and the king size bed and et cetera. Yeah, so we include that with our listings for the 1% because we just don't have overhead like these offices that no one goes to anymore. So that's how we accomplish what we do. And you see, we've sold 675 homes.
And for each one of those homes, you give money. And let's take a listen.
Rockoff for the Rescues has a little surprise that they would like to share with you right now. And I know you've got your team members. You can clap and be excited.
So thank you for all of the work that you and your team do, and it's our way of just contributing to help you guys further that along.
Thank you. So. Thank you so much for doing this. That's amazing.
$1,000!
Thank you.
Cash that.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
She actually deposited that check into an ATM and it jammed the whole thing up because it was so
too big to bounce.
It was
Yeah,
too big
well,
to
that's
bounce.
why you just
Fantastic.
use online banking and take a picture. It's good.
Oh, I don't have a camera that big. That's why I'm sticking into the ATM.
So this is really important that if someone out there, we didn't miss anything yet. If you're looking to sell or buy right now, if someone wants to sell their home, they didn't miss the spring market.
No, and again, that's the whole thing. The spring market could be going down. You can't time the market. You have to look at why you're buying or selling and do what's you in terms of your life cycle, not, ooh, April, rates drop, let's list. You know what I mean? Because remember, too, a lot of people are also buying and selling in the same market.
And what is that when you have to, what do they call that clause that you have to
The
sell?
Hubbard?
The Hubbard.
The Hubbard. I don't know where that comes from. Must have been some person named Hubbard.
Some person, but does that still exist?
Oh, for sure, because a lot of people, remember, 5% of the population can buy a home without selling a home. right? So most people
Just
have
5%.
or have 2 homes. Put it that way.
Okay.
Thank you. It's actually 5% of the population have 2 homes, where they can go to another home and then sell. And if you're in that position where you don't have to make your purchase contingent upon the sale, you're able to write a much stronger offer because it's just that risk that's associated with it. But a lot of people, that's the needle we have to thread when we work with a buyer and a seller at the same time.
All right, you can get in touch with Kevin and his team by visiting their website. It's rockoffrealty.com. You can also find them on Facebook at Rockoff Realty.